We go now to the scenes from Clarendon, which has also taken a battering from Hurricane Melissa. Our reporter Dwayne Anderson is in the parish.
My correspondent and I, we've made a judgment call, people. This particular area is the main road that leads to Kemshill and surrounding areas, the Alley Bridge, etc. But we've been driving on this particular road for the better part of about 5 minutes now, and all we can see is water, and it's getting deeper and deeper. So we've decided to make a judgment call. We're not going to risk it any further because the rain is pounding down. It's getting harder with each passing minute, and the road appears to be flooded as far as the eye can see and as far as we're coming from. So we're going to make a judgment call. This particular area is not that deep, so we're going to turn right here and exit. We'll perhaps return to this community once this weather system subsides. It does not appear to be very smart to go much further given the extent of flooding we are observing in this area.
Now, obviously, this is not the only place Dwayne went earlier today, and a lot of his reporting was impeded by the heavy rainfall as well as the wind. And he now joins us live via Zoom to tell us about his experience across the parish. Dwayne?
You ready? Still freezing?
No, it's not freezing.
Thank you so much, Janela. Good evening, and good evening to our viewers on television Jamaica. Telling you good evening is really just for pleasantries because it's really not a very good evening for Jamaicans. By extension, really, the country took a real pounding today from what I'm calling menacing Melissa. For the better part of about 15 hours today, Clarendon was one of those parishes that really took a battering from this weather system. It really battered the parish from up there up in the north to all the way down to the southern tip. And right now I'm talking to you, and it's almost a little bit of a mini miracle that I'm able to actually talk to you because most of the parish is in complete darkness. In fact, we've had to sort of put together a little mini studio in our service vehicle here in the parish to be able to do this connection for the newscast from about 7 a.m. this morning. The electricity went, and with it, the connectivity, with it, the just being able to communicate with people, simple messages being able to send out, that is really, really a challenge. And I tell you what, I know why it is so difficult because I was able to traverse parts of the parish today, and I note several downed power lines, several downed utility poles. And if you're down there in the south of Clarendon, especially in Rocky Point and Portland Cottage and Mitchelltown, you're probably not going to be wanting to hear that sort of news because you remember burial just over a year ago where when those lines went down, you went without electricity for the better part of months, really. But I counted about 6 or 7 down power lines, so I can appreciate why it is difficult for the JPS to put power in the homes of its customers here in Clarendon. But let me just take you a little bit up to the north and then work our way back down to the south and tell you about some of the real impact on the parish here today from this very destructive weather system. So far up in the north, I must admit I've not yet gone up into the north. Most of my work today was in the south and central part, but from the north we've noted that there's some damage to the Edwin Allen High School building there. Its roof was damaged. We've also been told by the Works Minister, who is MP for North Central Clarendon up there. He has also indicated that a couple of culverts up there, they've been dislocated, they've been washed away by the weather system. And as you make your way down into the central part of the country, of the parish, down into the southern part of the parish, that's where you come up on the flooding and the damage to housing infrastructure and downed trees. We're talking about several homes we've seen have lost multiple trees, big trees. We're talking about decades-old trees, the mango trees, fruit trees, all sorts of stuff. And we've noted homes that have lost roof. We've also noticed down here in the southern part, the Veer Technical High School, one particular building down there has lost a section of its roof. And it is worth noting that that particular high school is being used as a shelter here in the parish. In fact, that is the most popular shelter right now in the parish. Last check we had yesterday, about 300 people was at that shelter. But that particular part of the building that we noted this morning that was damaged is not an area that is being used as shelter. So that must also be noted. And let me now tell you a little bit now and tell our viewers a little bit about the flooding in the in the area. Halsall, which is a pretty problematic area, it has experienced some of the most flooding we've noticed today. When I was on the road and I saw some residents from the area, scores of them were flooded out. In fact, it was so bad that several of them were actually on the road foraging, basically, and that's my word, foraging through the waste of their neighbors to try to find potential bedding because they've been displaced. So they are having it pretty tough and it's pretty desperate. I interviewed some of them and they said, listen, we have no food, our babies have nowhere to sleep. So it's pretty tough, but I'll be making my way up there in the north to see some more infrastructural damage. And as soon as I get that tomorrow, I'll be sure to share it with our viewers and with you in the news team, in the news center. So that's it from me here in Clarendon. I'm Dwayne Anderson, and it's back to you in the studio.